everybody, my name is Luke Marr and this is Holo Mode, and today on Holo Mode we are going to be reacting to complex sneaker shopping videos. Now here's the thing, I am not a streetwear girl. I feel like honestly streetwear is something that has been injected more and more into the luxury fashion industry, from designers like Virgil Abloh being appointed as the creative director of Louis Vuitton's men's collection, to now Matthew Williams going to become the creative director of the entirety of Givenchy. It just feels like streetwear is such a big market in the fashion world, and especially in the whole world of menswear. And I'll be honest, I'm not the most knowledgeable about streetwear at all, but I want to learn. I want to be educated. I too would like to be a hype beast. That was a joke. But honestly, I feel like these complex sneaker shopping videos are going to help get us a little bit more into the idea of sneakers. And particularly, in my opinion, the idea of Jordan culture. If you don't know, there really is a sort of cult and culture around the sneakers which were done by Michael Jordan and have subsequently had many different iterations and different styles. And honestly, I don't know that much about them. I only know what I know about them from the kids in my high school. Like, I'll never forget when the Concords dropped or redropped or something with Concords. It was a big thing. Everybody wore them, or at least all the white boys that went to my high school wore them. So it was important. So I want to learn about it. I want to understand it. I mean, I'm going to insert some statistics here, but the sneaker market is a big chunk of the menswear fashion industry, and it makes a lot of money. So I want to learn about it. So we're going to watch these complex sneaker shopping videos with two incredible celebrities. One is DaBaby, who I love saying the name of, and the other one is Billie Eilish, and I'm very excited. Let's get into this complex sneaker shopping situation. But before we get any further into this complex reaction, review, reacting, roasting, which I'm sure will come, let's hear a word from our sponsors.
But before we get any further into the video, I just want to say a huge shout out to today's sponsor, who is Shoptagr. Shoptagr. So if you guys do not know Shoptagr yet, well, that's on you. You've been missing out on a lot. But Shoptagr is this amazing shopping app that you can download onto your browser that actually helps you organize and hear about deals, sales, and discounts as well. So on any website that is supported by Shoptagr, Shoptagr has a little button. And so if you like this sweater, perhaps, you can say, oh my God, I love this sweater. Let me add it to my Shoptagr list. Maybe you have a Shoptagr sweater list, good for you. So in reality, Shoptagr actually helps you organize all of your shopping needs into different little lists. And then maybe you go away for a couple of days, a few weeks maybe, and you're like, oh, you know what, that piece of thing that I want is very expensive, I'm waiting for a discount or sale. Well, Shoptagr will say, oh my God, hey, just as an FYI, 11% off discount. Or maybe the thing that you really loved sold out, and Shoptagr will be like, oh my God, it just came back in stock. When you get to the end of your shopping experience, Shoptagr will say, oh my God, look at all these discounts I have. Let's check to make sure you save some money still. I'm obsessed with Shoptagr, and you should be too.
So let's get into our first reaction video, and it is Billie Eilish's sneaker shopping. Billie Eilish. Let's just get into it. I'm presented by Levi's. They didn't pay their workers in Bangladesh, so. This store that we're seeing here, it's called Stadium Goods. If you don't know it, it's based in Soho, which is in New York. It's like downtown. I mean, there's a whole pandemic going on, but hopefully when that's over, if you get a chance, go to Soho. But Stadium Goods is a place where people that like sneakers and streetwear culture go to go shopping. It's sort of like Flight Club. It's sort of in that same genre of like sneaker stores, and the sneakers are in like plastic wrap on the wall, and there's a lot of like Supreme stuff as you're seeing, but there's a lot of like Kanye Yeezy stuff. There's the stuff from Adidas that they have in these like beautiful cabinets, and there's even stuff from like Kanye's Nike collaboration, which was like the first time he ever really made sneakers from what I understand. So they have a lot of stuff. I once went to a party. Virgil Abloh was DJing. It was a time. There's Billie Eilish. That's just her fingers, but she's there. Look at her. This is an old video because her hair is blue like that. I know that like now her hair is like green. But she's wearing a Sherpa Gucci jacket, so the more you know.
What's up, everybody? It's Joe from Complex. We're in New York City at Stadium Goods with Billie Eilish. I love sneakers and I love...
Joe LaPuma, he like hosts this complex sneaker shopping show, which I actually think is a really interesting show. It sort of helps to give people an insight into what sort of sneakers people are buying, why people are drawn to certain sneakers, sort of gets into the whole Nike, Jordan, sneaker culture thing. So good for Joe. And there's Billie Eilish, you know, just in her oversized stylings.
Goods with Billie Eilish.
I love sneakers and I love burritos, so I'm good.
Honestly, a quote to live by.
Gonna do some sneaker shopping today. Gonna see what she's feeling, what she's not, and then hopefully she's gonna buy some sneakers.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
I told you, they have a lot of sneakers in plastic wrap.
Billie, I read when you were way younger, you were never really looking for women's sneakers. You were more so looking at guy sneakers in the smallest size. Was that kind of like your buying pattern coming up?
Okay, before she answers this question, I have to say that women's sneakers, from what I understand, normally are much more like feminized in terms of like streetwear and sneaker culture. And the great, amazing, wonderful Rachel Amandi, who runs the Cutting Room Floor podcast, who my dad is also like friends with, she talked about how a lot of the time she is looking for sneakers and oftentimes they're sort of feminized and like made for women and they're in like very feminine colors, and she's like, no, you, I just want the sneakers that men have in my goddamn size. So this sort of idea of women looking to buy sneakers and sort of trying to find them in like a smaller men's size is something that I think the streetwear and sneaker sort of atmosphere, culture, community needs to maybe like address or figure out.
Man, girl shoes are fucking stupid.
Okay, see, Billie, I think, agrees. And, you know, that's not me, like, judging the streetwear community, not me judging the sneaker community. I mean, the fashion industry, like, the girls only just started putting plus-size girls down the runway, so, like, no room to speak here. I'm just saying that's, from what I understand, a sort of gripe from women who like sneaker culture.
Honestly, they look dumb as hell. They're tiny. I like my shoes like super thick. I don't know, like I feel like a lot of guys feel like that about girls. I feel like that about shoes.
Okay.
Also, I feel like Billie is very much so into like thick, chunky sneakers. She wears a lot of those Gucci sneakers that Alessandro Michele helped to popularize with his thick, chunky sneaks.
It's like I want my foot to not look like a normal foot. I want it to be like, not like I have big ass feet, but just
a little like chunky.
a little chunky.
Okay.
I like them chunky.
A little bit thick and juicy. Just that. That's what people are asking for.
We have the classic ones, but you also like the bright ones. You like
like
some
the
of the
bright
colorways
ones.
that maybe aren't exactly like the Gatorades.
Gatorades.
The Gatorades. I don't know if Gatorade I've ever seen comes in that color, but okay. Also, Billie is very much so like drawn to neon. I think we all understand that at this point. It's sort of like one of her signature style tropes. So I could see that sort of easily coming off.
That's more your speed than even sometimes the...
Okay, so it's like an Air Jordan 1, which is that sort of style. I know that like the 1 is like the silhouette of the shoe. I'm just going to use silhouette because I don't know what else to say about it, and I'm learning about sneakers too. But I know that's the silhouette, and I think that the color changing aspect, the different use of materials and textiles is sort of how the shoes change. But okay, it must be a Gatorade sneaker because it has a little Gatorade Thunderbolt on it. So the more you know.
I feel like a lot of shoes don't commit to being what they are. I feel like there's so much like, let's do this color, and I feel like we should keep doing this color and this color, and like all these different colors. To commit to this, there's gonna be people that don't like this at all. But it's like out there.
Okay, so like, I respect that. I feel like I understand. It wasn't the most descriptive thing I've ever heard in my entire life, but I feel like she's saying people sort of run with like the same sort of colors, people run with the same sort of styles, and they don't commit in the way that like, she's like, bitch, I just want a whole ass neon green sneaker, and nobody really does that. So I think she's saying, I'm happy with the fact that somebody did a whole ass neon green sneaker.
Yeah, I love this stuff.
We've done like 140 plus episodes.
140 episodes. Good for Complex.
Getting credit. Riff Raff has never got credit for putting someone on to Jordans, and I read that tiptoeing in my Jordans for you. was something that you
Yeah,
started
that was
thinking about it.
No, that was it. I didn't even know what the fuck Jordans were until I heard that shit. I was like, what are Jordans?
Okay, so I'm gonna need to look up when Tiptoeing in My Jordans came out. It came out in 2014, that song. So that was like 5 or 6 years ago from when this video was. So Billie was what, like 13, which like understandable. I was like gay and was like, I want Jordans, because all the straight boys at my school wore them, and so I convinced my mom that, well, I'm gay and they probably won't bully me if I own Jordans. Update, didn't work. But I got the Jordans, they just didn't stop bullying me. So, you know, I understand it's hard to necessarily get into Jordans if you're not, you know, super in tune to the culture.
My tiny ass.
Or not, it's super hard to get into them, but like, you don't know about them until you know about them. So I understand that.
When that was, but I remember going to a thrift store when I was like 11 or something. And I remember as I walked into the door, completely on the other side of the store was just a big shoe rack.
Yeah.
And there all these janky ass beat up shoes, and right like in the middle
Fours,
were
right?
these fours, and they were beat the fuck up.
Yeah.
They were these little red, tiny little, oh my God. And I screamed and I ran over to them. And you know, I grew up not with a lot of money, so it's not like I could ever afford them.
Okay, I just have to look up what Jordan 4s are because like off the top of my head, I don't know. Oh, okay. These are the 4s. Okay, these are like a classic Jordan. Like I know them when I see them. I'm like, oh, okay, I know a 4. They were like a thing. People like them. I understand. Okay, let's move on.
So to actually find them in the thrift store was like huge for
Amazing.
me. It was such a big deal. These, I swear to God, they look like shit when I wear them now because they are so fucked up.
Beat up.
I've never worn a shoe.
Okay, I'm not obsessed, and like obviously she really does like love a neon. I don't know what Don C X Jordan Legacy 312 is. I don't like know the silhouette. I don't know the cut. I don't know the style of the shoe. The ghost green, yeah, I could see like Danny Phantom wearing them. So, all right, I understand.
Shoe more than this one. I just love, there's so many elements. The fact that it's like the laces and the Velcro and the color and like, whew, I wear them so much that I sprained my ankle in them once and I kept wearing them, you know? Just kept wearing them.
Okay, so like the other thing is, I do respect people that really care about what they're talking about, and it seems evident that Billie is into like sneaker culture. She understands what she's talking about. She really does buy the shoes. She really does wear them. She really does seem to enjoy them. So in that regard, it's like, I respect that. I think that's cool. I like people that know what they're talking about when they're talking about purchases and things that they own and sort of giving, you know, here like concrete evidence. She's saying like, I like the laces. I like the fact that it also has the Velcro on top of it. So in that regard, I think that's great. So if anybody's gonna be like, she doesn't know what she's talking about, I mean, that could possibly be true, but also, to me, I feel somewhat informed.
And, you know, going back to kind of like this design that has a lot of twists and turns, do you look at shoes and you like almost a challenge?
I love a challenge. That's why, like with these,
I saw you in those recently.
one of the most underrated shoes. I feel like even of Jordans, like people are such haters on stuff that's different because we're automatically like trained to think anything that's a little bit not what we're used to is ugly, is like unnatural, whatever. And the fact that these, you know, they don't have laces that appear to you. They do underneath, but you don't know that. You know, it's like, it's a Velcro and it's this weird fucking like Chinese handcuff or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, the trap,
Hard.
right.
Okay, I've never heard anybody describe, like, I don't know if it's an actual knit, but like a rib sort of style as a Chinese finger game thing, but like, okay. And also, I agree with what she's saying, and I think Billie especially probably has a lot more expertise and understanding of somebody that wears things that are not the cultural norm in sort of Western culture, or specifically white Western culture. And, you know, I think she does have a real grasp on like people having a real true opinion on what she wears, how she looks, and all of that sort of stuff. Insert videos of Luke dragging Billie Eilish. But for the most part, you know, I do think it's cool that people branch out. I do think it's cool when people do things different. And honestly, people can say whatever they want about hypebeast, streetwear, sneaker culture. It is sort of expanding the minds and worlds of straight men. And so in that regard, I'm gonna give it claps. I'm gonna give it, you know, adoration and happiness, because in reality, like, everybody needs to be challenged. And if there's something that's challenging, you know, straight men who are the majority and usually in power, it's like, okay, listen, I'm happy for that. We need them to push themselves a little bit further, because like we're all the way over here and they're sort of still back here sometimes. So like the closer we can get them inching towards, and you know, that's good. And if sneakers are the way that they're inching towards difference and understanding and being cool and great and not douchebags, I'll take it.
Yes. Like, that's the material, and it's like, even with those, you know, it's just like a wrap. It looks like a fucking burrito. Hey, bro, I love burritos. The fuck? I love sneakers and I love burritos, so I'm good.
Listen, I just want to say, those complex effects, it's a thing. It's a thing. I see Billie is wearing like a thick ass Gucci sneaker with those thick soles, a sort of like dad sneaker, which was really popular in like 2018, 2019. I don't think it's as popular now, but it was a thing. People enjoyed it.
Talked about thrifting, but you also used to shop at Target and put fits together. Do you think at a young age it prepared you for like putting things together now?
For sure.
Outfits.
I mean, I used to get like t-shirts and cut them up and make them into who knows what. I'd make pants and shirts and jackets and headbands and stuff. I remember getting like a pair of Superstars.
Okay.
I took all the laces off.
Okay.
Cut the tongues out, flipped the tongue to the other side of the shoe, and like taped it around. Not even tape. I think I sewed it in.
Wow. And did it
Like
work
everything.
out? Were you able to
I
like
wore
walk
'em.
in them?
Wait, I'm screaming. Okay, like again, yeah, like they're ugly, whatever. But I do think it's cool that people experiment. I do think it's interesting. You know, it doesn't always work out. It's not always amazing. It's not always going to become mainstream, but like, that's what fashion and style is about. It's about experimentation. It's about difference. It's about trying something new. It's about pushing the envelope. And I think that oftentimes creativity is really born out of, you know, the inability to conform to what society says. Like, that's why people are so interesting, is because we don't always all conform to everything that everybody else is doing. And that's where the fun comes in. So I respect it.
I
Like
wore
walk in them?
I couldn't really walk in them, but I tried. And I just was proud. I just created it by myself.
To that point, like a lot of people shy away from customs. I feel like you're a supporter of custom sneakers.
Yeah. I like the idea of having something that nobody else has. You
Yeah.
can't go and buy that. And I mean, obviously you can go and buy almost any shoe that's out there in the world. And
Right.
I was just saying, like, I love the 15s more than like any other shoe in the world.
Right, one of the most hated on Jordan.
Oh, me. Yeah, okay. Like, if it's the most hated on Jordan, I feel like it's definitely a Billie Eilish fan favorite. And again, she does like weird shit that we traditionally think of as ugly. Like, I feel like Billie Eilish is really drawn to it. And she's like, I want you all to be disturbed by what I'm wearing, so this makes sense.
People fucking hate that
Yeah,
shoe.
and it's
They
your favorite.
hate it. It's my favorite shoe. And
Right.
also, like, nobody really wears
Right.
15s because it's such a weird. The fuck.
Okay, I just want to say that it has fringe, and I didn't know that sneakers had fringe. I specifically didn't know Jordans or Nike sneakers had fringe. So again, I feel like I'm learning something new every single day. And today I learned that there are Nike shoes with fringe on them.
They're
Yeah.
so. Oh my god, I love things that people hate.
Saw the Murakami spread, the cover of Garage. Working with him must have been amazing.
Ay. He is like on another planet, honestly. I remember we went to Tokyo. He took us to his studio. It just was like a dream. Like, I just walked in, I was like, oh, this is insane.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So for those that don't know, Takashi Murakami is a very famous Japanese artist, and I believe that in Western mainstream culture, he really sort of struck gold when he collaborated with Kanye for the album artwork for his The Graduate album. He did that after the Marc Jacobs collaboration for Louis Vuitton. I don't know which one came first, so I apologize. I'm not an art channel. Apologies. But I know that Takashi Murakami has sort of been very much so in and around and sort of collaborative with the fashion industry for probably 15-ish years now. So the fact that Billie has worked with Takashi isn't really crazy. I mean, I think she definitely does dabble in the streetwear sort of sneaker culture, and Takashi Murakami is a big part of that. I mean, in a lot of these sort of sneaker shops, there will be like the Cause, you know, little pieces, or like Bape toys, or Takashi Murakami pillows with like the little flower with the face on it. So in reality, like Takashi Murakami is very much so involved into the sneaker and streetwear world, so it's very easy and makes a lot of sense in my opinion.
And like the ASAPs, like
yeah, I saw it in the shoot that you wore.
Oh, okay. Like again, thick and chunky, very Billie Eilish. I didn't know Under Armour was doing collaborations like that though.
And you love the chunky shoes that have shape, so you're a big fan of these.
I feel like this.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I actually like these ones because I like the way that she takes the photos with them, like the fact that the light bounces off and like it's very dark. I think in that way, like Billie can put together an image quite well, like whoever takes her Instagram photos and all of that, like it just works, it makes sense. It's very of, you know, the digital age of Instagram, of kids that sort of live and work and create on the internet. So I actually like these.
I feel like this is the shoe I've been wearing the most right now. You see how big that is?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what size shoe you are, it's more just like, it just fits to your foot. Like, and that's why I have such a thing with like women's shoes. I go into stores and I ask, do you have this in my size?
Right.
You know, in a men's shoe. Never women's, because it's like there's so much like flat, low to the ground. That's why with the Vans, it's just like small dick energy.
Yeah, I heard not a big fan of
I don't
Van.
know.
Okay, you know what? Billie Eilish, I see you, I respect you, and I like you for your hatred of Vans, because honestly, I don't get it. Like, I don't get the slip-on thing. I don't get it.
I know what it is. I've tried. I see somebody with Vans, I'm like, oh, they got a small dick.
We talked about you having kind of issues with how women's shoes look, and I think I read that a Jordan exec said there may be something coming, you helping out with the women's line.
Man, I mean.
Maybe.
Yes, sir. I just like the idea of being able to go into a store and be able to say, do you have this in my size? And it's yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear no. I love hearing yes.
I hear you.
In life, but also with shoes, man.
And yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't have women's sizes, because I feel like women are a big part of not only like streetwear and sneaker culture, but from what I understand, a lot of menswear brands that sort of show during, you know, fashion weeks and all those sorts of things, they often say that a lot of the times we have women that are customers, but for the most part, we're a menswear brand. I mean, off the top of my head, Grace Wells Bonner was originally a menswear label and eventually rolled out women's wear. Pretty Positive Ludovic Disancernin. Those are the two I can think of off the top of my head. But there is this sort of idea that like a brand can start as menswear and eventually will sort of bleed into women's wear, because there is clientele that likes to shop who happen to be women. So I would say the same thing for the sneaker industry, and I hope that the sneaker industry is evolving and adapting to this customer base.
With shoes.
Did you ever think the same girl who was cutting up superstars and getting $6 thrift store Jordans would have a chance to work with that brand?
No, fucking what the fuck? No, not at all. Are you kidding me? Like Takashi Murakami?
Crazy.
What?
Yeah.
It's insane to think about it, because, I mean, like I said, I grew up not able to afford it, and now I'm working with the people who created it. That's
Insane.
crazy. That is unbelievable. And it's just like, I don't know. It's
Well, we can't wait. We're going to stay tuned to see what you guys cook up together. We talked about everything. Now's the easy part. Get to browse the shelves, see what you're going to take home.
I like the buying parts.
Okay, cool.
All right, so off-whites, maybe.
Yes, sir.
All right, these?
Look at the bottom. That shit is hard. And this colorway just is fucking insane to me.
Oh, the All Hallows Eve. The Halloween joints. You like Halloween?
See, I love that there's a whole lingo, there's a whole, like, people just say like, oh, do you like the Halloweens? And you're like, well, I don't know what the fuck that means. But like sneakerheads are gonna be like, yo, bro, I love the sneaker, I love the Halloweens. Oh, I don't know if that's what sneakerheads actually sound like. But like there is a language, there is like a conversation, there is a culture around sneakers that I do think is really cool and really beautiful. And it's amazing to see that a garment, whether or not it's a dress or a pair of sneakers, really does culturally have a lot of weight and hold a lot of impact for a lot of people. So I think that's really fucking cool.
I love Halloween. I love being scared. I wore these until they turned brown.
But that's when that.
Wow, okay, you know what? These two, my favorite. I love both of them. Again, if you're buying shit, wear it. Like, unless it's something that you're buying for a sort of archival purpose, like, wear the shit out of it. Don't just keep it in a box and never use it. Like, you bought it to wear it. You bought it to be seen. You bought it to be a bad bitch, to be styling in it. And I would appreciate if you wore your shit that you bought.
Vibe, so you gotta get these.
I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get these.
Like Virgil Abloh and Michael Jordan and Bathing Ape and Ray Kawakubo and whoever else is in this store, nobody made this shit so that it would sit on a shelf. No, they expect it to be bought and they expect it to be worn. So wear your fucking clothes, people.
Woo!
All right, Billy, your total is $2,388.72.
I did see a video on Twitter once of like a bunch of people being upset when they finish their complex sneaker shopping and like they have to give over the credit cards and they're like, fuck. Like sometimes they're just like, okay, put those other shoes back, I don't want them anymore. And honestly, I respect that.
Yep.
Thank you, Raymond.
Anytime. See you soon.
Me, after I spend way too much money on something and have to walk out of the store with it. Okay. Okay. Oh, I like those. Okay, alright. So I like the neon ones in the way that I understand why she bought them. It's very her. It seems like she's buying all off-white, so somebody is evidently a Virgil Abloh stan. I don't really like the orange peachy ones, not my favorite, but I do like the white ones. Like, personally, I would think about purchasing or wearing them if I had $1,000 lying around. So, alright. This is the end of this Billie Eilish video. Let's move on to DaBaby, because honestly, I'm kind of obsessed with him. Aw, he's so cute, I love him. Also, I think we're in LA. I love his teeth. Ugh, he pulls it off so well. I wish I had little crystals all on my teeth.
What up, everybody? It's Joe from Complex. We're in LA at Flight Club with multi-platinum rapper DaBaby.
Yes, sir.
Oh my god, stop. He's so cute.
Gonna do some sneaker shopping today. Gonna see what he's feeling, what he's not, and then hopefully he's gonna buy some sneakers. So, let's go.
Let's do it.
Obsessed.
DaBaby, we saw the Foot Locker commercial. You had the Air Max Plus on. A couple months ago, you were wearing the Atmos Animal Pack.
Yeah.
Recently, these. Are Air Maxes always in your rotation?
Yeah.
So the Air Maxes I know are very, very popular. They're sort of like an everyday shoe, but I know that there are iterations that are extremely rare and people do really prize them and love them, but I also feel like maybe it's a debated topic within the sneaker community, so let's hear what DaBaby has to say.
Yeah, I like to keep Air Maxes in there. You know, they classics for me. They don't make 95s the way they used to make them.
Classic 95s. Remember the neon green ones?
Yeah, the raw ones, you know what I mean? The ones you used to have to go to New York to get.
And I saw like the crew in January, you're in a Foot Locker. What's it like, even recent, to go to Foot Locker and now you're in commercials?
It's surreal, you know what I mean? And then they always like, I'm typically like running late, you know, when I gotta go shopping.
You were early today though.
Yeah. Like, you know, I would be in a rush to go shopping before I came in type thing.
Okay.
So when the doors be shut and they be closed, we come knock on the window, they see my face, we close, they see my face, they let us in. So that's the plus that come with it.
Okay, and then
Listen, I mean, I respect it. Again, work smarter, not harder.
do you do that here? You're in LA. Do you come after hours to shop at Flight Club in other cities?
I usually get the Flight Club on time. I ain't never pulled up and tried to use my face card here.
Okay, also I know that Flight Club she's pricey from what I understand.
They might let me in though, they treat me good here.
Yeah, I think so.
They be trying to put everybody out the store and everything.
You said that Air Force One's always a silhouette that you're wearing.
Classic, got to have them, especially the all white ones.
Okay, so they're talking about sneakers and saying silhouette. So I respect that, I understand that. We're all speaking the same lingo here. And Air Force Ones are sort of like a cultural stay. People love Air Force Ones. I mean, I own like 2 pairs, but you know, culturally, they're very important. I think people really do respect them. They're like a go-to shoe. In white, they're very much so loved, beloved. If they get like a crease, if they get dirty, people are like, I'm throwing out my Air Force Ones and I'm gonna buy a new pair. It just seems to be something that people really, really do care about and love, and it's a shoe that is just a classic of so many people's wardrobes, from rappers like DaBaby all the way to people like Emma Chamberlain, who, you know, the girls just love an Air Force One, myself included. I always respect an Air Force One.
You know, you can't go wrong. I feel like, you know, all white, of course you can't. I like simple ones, colors like this in them. You know, I don't.
Also, like Dior just rolled out their Air Jordan, their Air Force One sort of collaboration. So like even luxury brands like Dior that have an amazing history and heritage sort of want in on the Air Force One lifestyle. So like everybody wants to be a part of it.
You know, I don't really like voices like this.
A little too crazy?
Yeah, and like this, I'm cool on it.
And
like shoe man, that's what they look like, you know. I'm from Charlotte, you know. The shoe man era, you know, it was amazing.
Shoe man era, like
when they pull up, they pop the trunk and they got the exclusives. They got shit that look like this. You know what you would have spent? My dude, he used to give you 2 for like 75. It was really like 2 for like 80 or like 90, but I think he used to like my mama.
Okay.
That's some shit, you know what I'm saying? So he'd gave me like these 2 for 75.
Okay, wait, I have a question. There are shoe men, like people just sell shoes out of trunks of cars? Cause like, honestly, interesting. I wanna know more about it.
Like these 2 for 75. Jordans too, like ones you ain't never seen before. You know what I mean?
And this was happening back in Charlotte?
Yeah, absolutely. Probably where you was from too.
A couple weeks ago, we saw the Courtyard Marriott Queens. You left a signed pair of these for someone to get.
Yeah.
What's the motivation to hook fans up?
I mean, I feel like it's only right. A lot of shoes, like even when I grabbed these, like I got into the city, you know what I mean, off a flight, I had a show. I just went and grabbed something real quick. Like, first thing I can grab, first thing I can put together. You know, I like to perform comfortably most of the times, you know what I'm saying? The way I rock shows, like, after I'm done performing in a pair of shoes, I probably wouldn't wear them again.
Okay.
So I like to give them away, you know what I mean? Somebody could just, they got them a brand new pair, you know?
So honestly, I do think that's really cool. I mean, if DaBaby's only wearing them once for a performance, he's not like throwing them away. But, you know, I think it's cool that he's giving back to his fans. He's giving back to people that, you know, would wear them, would, you know, appreciate them. And I think that's the way to be with possessions that you don't really want anymore.
Hit you back up when they find them.
They do. It get lost like in my mentions, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
Like when people do find them, they be excited taking pictures with them like this. Beside the heads, it's cool.
You know, sometimes I see 2 shows a night. Are you leaving shoes behind a lot because you can't travel with them?
Exactly,
or what?
That got a lot to do with it too.
Yeah.
That got a lot to do with it too, you know, I need room.
That's very interesting. I would never have really thought about that. But, you know, again, it's like he's purchasing the shoes. He needs them for a performance. He can't carry them with him. So, again, he's not throwing them away. He's not, like, doing anything awful with them. He's giving them back to people. So I feel like people would be like, that's wasteful. But in reality, it's really not. He's utilizing them for what he needs and then, you know, giving them to somebody that wants them, that will appreciate them. And he's, like, signing them. So now they're worth more even in value because they have DaBaby's signature on him. Like, we stan a man who appreciates the people.
DJs too.
Exactly.
Yeah. Times Square going, baby. 3 a.m. Concord 11's in the middle of Times Square. These a favorite of yours?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I brought up Concords. Here they are.
I done ran through like maybe like 6 or 7 pairs of these this year.
6 or 7, Jesus Christ. So I'm not wearing like a Jordan, but I'm wearing a Veja, which is like made out of sustainable rubber and stuff in Brazil, and they pay people fairly. It's like my go-to white sneaker now, but like, listen, I wear the shit out of my shoes. So DaBaby must be wearing the shit out of multiple pairs of shoes a year.
They had re-released them, so I was just buying them. Every time I see them, I buy like 2, 3 pairs. It's just a favorite of mine.
Being from Charlotte and Michael Jordan owning the team, is it a different feeling of that guy owning the basketball team?
Nah, not really. You know what I mean? Until they put out shoes like this.
Kemba wore those, Kemba Walker.
Exactly. So then that always
Not obsessed with the colors.
bridged the gap, but he need to get us some better players for the team.
Okay, look, he sold a minority stake recently, so maybe,
I'm gonna try to give me a percentage someday real soon.
You said that you got a lot of your charisma and confidence from your mom.
Yeah, for
you know,
sure.
the youngest of 3 brothers. Was your older brothers really the ones that like got you into style?
I don't know. I mean, really, like when it comes to style, like me, all 3 of my brothers, we all got like our own style.
Okay.
Like it ain't even the same between us. You get what I'm saying? And I just borrow so much stuff like that I know from so many different places. Pops, my uncle, my brothers.
Uncle Rick, I heard. Uncle Rick,
Rick crazy. It's damn sure I ain't get my swag from Rick.
Wait, I'm screaming. Uncle Rick is my favorite. I'm obsessed. Wait, stop. In the little tracksuit, he looks so cute.
Yeah, I got a lot from him, but not my swag.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Rick could get fresh too. He like to wear all white and shit. I may grab him a pair of these.
Okay.
Let him put his little hat on with him. You know
All
what I
right.
mean?
Baby, you said it over and over when you came into the rap game, you were gonna LeBron James it.
Yeah, for sure.
Now,
Okay, so I'm not straight, so I don't know what that means. So there's a lot of off-white Nike collaboration sneakers. That's really why I stopped, but hopefully they explain what LeBroning it means.
working out to Intro 2 days ago.
Yeah, man.
Is that another moment that's crazy?
Big deal to me. You know, I'm a super LeBron fan, so that's a big deal. Yeah, it's dope.
I heard even like everyone in his camp, like you're like one of their favorite rappers, someone of that stature.
Yeah, that's major, man. It's major. You know, his opinion matters.
Yeah.
So you get what I'm saying? You know, having him congratulate me on my success and let me know he's rocking with my music, big deal.
You moved from Cleveland to Charlotte when you were 6 years old. Do you like the Cavs? Like, are you a LeBron guy or MJ guy?
I'm a LeBron fan.
Okay.
Yeah. When LeBron left, I left.
Really?
Yeah. That's when I arrived as a fan. So I had to go with my boy.
I know nothing about basketball, but that was fun.
Early 90s kid, what do you think about like back in the day coming up, style and how it's changed since then?
It's dope. I like mixing them together though, man. You know, in the 90s, they got too fresh, especially when it come to like sneakers. And, you know what I mean? Any of the shows you would watch back then. And on all the new J's, you watch Martin.
Yep.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like every show they got exclusive shoes on, you know what I mean? So I like mixing the 90s culture with today's culture.
One thing I really respected, I saw in an interview, you said that totally in album mode, but once things calm down, you're really gonna focus on businesses. We're in LA,
For sure.
close to Slauson. You talked about opening like a strip mall in Charlotte.
My straight counterpart has told me LeBroning it means faking an injury. Is that what that actually means?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I will mix Gucci from head to toe and then put forces on the Gucci socks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay, so that's the other thing I think that's so amazing about rappers is people can say whatever they want, but rap culture, to me, has sort of made fashion have a relevance with young people. I think rap, for the most part, is one of the reasons that brands like Versace and Gucci, you know, Dior and Louis Vuitton are sort of culturally relevant today. Like the fact that, you know, even like Nicki Minaj, like there's so many rappers that have sort of given fashion such a boost. And I think, you know, in the spectrum of the world of fashion, fashion has not at all given rap and specifically the Black community back that respect and that love. And so that's really sad to see, in my opinion, because I think the fashion brands should be groveling and really, really appreciative, because I think without rap, 30 years down the line, I think fashion would be just, nobody would give a shit about it. And the brands wouldn't be making 19, 10, $5 billion a year because they wouldn't have the cultural cachet to deliver on, you know, this whole idea of luxury. So Rappers like DaBaby are incredibly important to the luxury fashion industry as well as to the sneaker industry too, so we have to respect that work, that dedication, and that cultural cachet that they bring to the world of fashion.
I do whatever, you know, and it worked for me.
Absolutely. Well, we talked about everything. Now is the easy part. Browser Shell, see what you're going to take home.
Yeah, let's spend some money.
Let's do it.
You want to let me hold something?
Okay, listen, Joe LaPuma is wearing Sacai Nike sneakers, so I like that. I respect that. I'm very into that. And DaBaby is wearing some Gucci thick sneaks. It seems like the people that we talked about today love a thick Gucci sole.
All right, what's up? How can I help you?
I need some more 11s, man.
Some 11s?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can never go wrong with
I'll
those.
take these.
You'll take these ones?
Give me 2 for these. Cause I
Two
messed
Oh my
up.
God.
And then we can come over here. I'll get some more
All right.
shit. So come on. Yeah, let me get them.
All right, I got you.
Yeah. Come on. Let me get them off-white ones up
The
there.
off-white ones?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
for sure.
UNC ones so I can put on with the orange laces. Make sure they're in the box.
I got
I
you.
appreciate you.
All right.
Every one of these baby Yeezys in a size 8C for my baby.
Stop. I wish my dad bought me baby Yeezys. Why don't you buy me baby Yeezys?
One wouldn't know what it is, so I couldn't buy it.
Okay, well.
I Yeezy.
Your total is $5,732.35.
It's smooth. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here before the price goes up. You looking at my password?
I don't need to, we're good.
Okay, so what did he get?
I just use a discount next time I come on. Okay.
Cool, see you soon.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Go on.
Stop! The baby Yeezys are so cute. Okay, so we bought the little baby Yeezys. Love that. You know, the Air Jordan 12s and the Air Jordan 14s. Not obsessed. I'm not like a really big red person. It's just personal. And also I'm not really a big Ferrari person. Like I just don't really care. And also I feel like a Ferrari sneaker should be designed chicer than that. Not obsessed. Okay, next up. Jesus Christ, those off-whites are expensive. I actually really like those off-whites. They're one of my favorites from that Air Jordan collaboration collection that Virgil did. I just feel like it's actually a really nice, crisp take on the Jordan 1. They're both 11s. Some are called the Concord, some are called the Win-like 82. I didn't know, but obviously you can see the actual color difference. And I have to say I like the Concords because they're a bit more icy blue. You could like see the little icy blue at the bottom there. I think it's actually really, really sweet. Overall, I like what he picked. I think, you know, I really love a baby Yeezy. I like a Concord, and I'm very into those off-white Air Jordans. So DaBaby has taste, and I love it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please let me know what you think of these complex sneaker shopping reaction videos. I'd love to know what you think. I will see you guys in the next one, and TTYL.